Hey there Aquarius, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for August 7th to the 13th. Let's see what may be on the cards for you. So before we jump in Aquarius, don't forget to like, share, comment and hit the subscribe button. Everything is engagement based on YouTube in terms of keeping these readings coming. So I would love it if you could do that. I'd greatly appreciate it. Everything you need is underneath this video in terms of links for personal readings, learning tarot, joining me on Instagram where I'm very active in posting more content. And what else? I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's jump into your reading. So I'm going to get started by drawing you a Moonology Oracle card. Now we have got a fiery climax approaches, and this is the full moon in Aries card here, Aquarius. So the Aries energy is about action. It is about calculated moves. It is about, things coming to a head. It's Emperor energy. It's about taking control. And let's not forget that Aries is that god of war. So sometimes there can be a certain amount of things flaring up or coming to a confrontation that maybe is overdue or maybe needs to happen. Okay, so full moon energy coming through, things coming to a climax, things coming to a head. And very much a lot of action is going to come out of that. Okay, Aquarius, well, I've got just the major arcana here. So let's get your card out. Now, the major arcana are the big themes in tarot, the big life lessons that we will all go through. So let's see which one pertains to the situation for you. The Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is about change. It is about dramatic shifts. It can be a big life chapter that is ending and a new one beginning, generally bringing a change of luck, a change of fortune with it. Now, the Wheel of Fortune wants to expand your experience because that is what we're here on earth to do, to learn, to experience so that we can grow and so that we can evolve. So a fiery climax approaches to turn the Wheel of Fortune because it's time for you to shift to your next major life cycle. Now, I know so many people at the moment, Aquarius, that are going through major chapter changes, like decade-long changes, whether they're deciding to move across the globe because they've always wanted to, or end significant relationships, or leave toxic corporate careers to do passion and purpose work. This is what it feels like for you. It's like time out. I'm not taking that anymore. This is the time to move. And it feels like a climax approaches, and that can be like almost a bit of a tower moment, right? Where when we maybe have had the feeling that we want change, but we haven't acted on that, or maybe haven't followed the full signs, sometimes the universe helps us along by conspiring a circumstance where things do kind of heat up, or that we do have a lot of energy moving, so that it's a no-brainer, so that the catalyst of change is there. All right, let's get the cards out, Aquarius. I'm going to draw you the positions here. Yeah, 5 of Swords here in the situation. So you are dealing with a critical turning point, and it's a conflict point too, is what I'm feeling. And often situations, become like that when we overstay in them. I love that. The Page of Swords in there. Well, it's in the block energy here, so there is most definitely a new beginning here for you, but we have it blocked at the moment, so we'll get the clarifier for that. The Sun, Leo energy coming through so strong in the advice. You are going to overcome this. You are going to rebirth. It's a beautiful indication of a bright future ahead. Guess what's at the bottom of the deck? So I've got 7 of Wands in the outcome with the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, we have big fortune changes here, and it feels like there's a little bit of a push or a little bit of a fight, but my goodness, you have the upper hand here, Aquarius. Okay, let's clarify as we go. I got the Hermit called Serenity, and I've got the 5 of Swords here in the situation. So you're in a situation where your inner peace has been sort of shattered in this situation. 5 of Swords, we're in an abrasive situation, or where the energy just isn't in alignment for you, which can make you feel out of sorts. It can make you feel in survival mode, right? Fight, flight, or freeze. Or you might be dealing with a really unreasonable person or employer with the 5 of Swords, because the 5 of Swords is normally a situation where there's not really a path to a win. There's no real win-win situation. Really, if we do get some kind of win here, it comes at a cost. And what I feel the cost is here is your true happiness, you know, really being in that 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Swords is a critical turning point here, Aquarius, because you have the opportunity to really change the timeline of your life here if you decide wisely. It's really about knowing when is it time to retreat, to pull my energy out of this, to potentially walk away. Now, it comes in with the Hermit, and I think you've been reflecting on this for some time, and I think you've been trying to figure out, you know, the path and what to do here, and you're most definitely seeking a path of greater purpose and feeling like you're in that true alignment, you're in that true peace, that true serenity, okay? You may also be in a situation here that you're feeling a bit alienated or a bit on the outside, all the way through to lonely. Like, you know, you can be in a relationship and be lonely. You can be in a workplace and just not feel like part of the team just because it's not a match for you. So that's the sort of energy that I have around that. Now, the Page of Wands is here in the block, obstacle, or challenge. It is a fantastic energy, but we have it all locked up at the moment. So let's clarify that. With the 5 of Wands, yeah. So a lot of this conflict energy with the 5s. Now, the 5 of Wands says that your energy at the moment is going into fighting the battle of trying to stay here, trying to salvage it, trying to rebuild it, when really it should be going into moving ahead to the new. And that's why this is in the challenge position. I always say that the pages are the energy that comes in before the ace of the same suit, which means, Aquarius, this is like the precursor or the warm-up or the foreshadowing to the Ace of Wands, which is an incredible, inspired and passionate new beginning. Now, the situation that you're in is taking a lot of energetic resources, and we know that, you know, when we're treading water so much in a situation, we don't really have the energy to go home and look for that other job, do that resume, the thought of leaving that relationship and all the steps that need to, pursue. Like, it can seem like too much, but what Spirit is saying is that you really need to channel the energy into, you know, moving ahead to new growth, to finding that Ace of Wands, because I actually feel like it wants to come in for you, because the Page of Wands, Aquarius, is actually a card of good news. It's a good news message, but it can't come to you if you're not seeking it. And by actually fighting and treading water and trying to stay in that situation, you're actually denying yourself this, and you're telling the universe, don't bring it in yet. I'm not ready, because I'm seeing if there's still more to play out here. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune's always turning, but it's our free will that indicates, you know, whether we're ready to catch a ride with it. So I believe that we all have a timeline for our life, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is very much about karma and destiny. So you're born here with a plan for your life, like a birth plan that you have, agreed to move through with your spirit team before you incarnated here. But when we're born, we forget about our plan, right? We get total amnesia and we get set out there in the loose. And really, our life purpose is to remember what we signed up to achieve, or remember that we're actually here on a mission to evolve our soul, to expand, to self-actualize, but then to find the doorways to step through, to find the people we're meant to have those key relationships with, to find the purpose work that will lead to our growth. So that can be tricky. Now, when we overstay in situations, we can delay our progress on that plan, but we can make up for it. And we can jump back onto the timeline if we have made a decision where we're heading off it. We can always bring ourselves back. So I'm feeling a bit of a bringing yourself back, because the Wheel of Fortune actually wants to shift you to your next sort of 10-year block, your next chapter of your life, right? So, but the free will, we have to move with it. I was going to use the word Akashic Records when I was talking about that concept. And here I have the Akashic Records card. So it's an extra major arcana in the Star Child Tarot. So just quickly, the concept here is, you know, what we talked about with these life plans and these key events, that's all stored in your Akashic record for all of your lifetimes that you've been through, and this one as well. So when I see this card in a reading, it's like file loading from your, you know, Akashic hard drive here. You are, you know, journeying towards your next significant experience, and it's actually going to feel like a rebirth for you. It's actually going to feel like a completely new version of yourself. So the sun is saying, look, the future is bright ahead if you can overcome this obstacle of trying to go around on the treadmill here and stay in this situation, and actually realize there's not a win here. It's actually about moving on. It's actually about embracing change. That Wheel of Fortune's moving, and you're really being asked to move along with it. You're also going to be in way better health and energy and mental health beyond this situation, because with Five of Swords and Five of Wands coming through, I can really sense here, Aquarius, that the energy or the situation that you're in is having a direct impact on both of those aspects, okay? And over time, that can decrease your immunity. It can, you know, stress is cumulative and can be taken into the body as well, and can lead to digestive issues and sleeping issues. And of course, we know, you know, the digestion is where our immunity, our immune system is built. And, you know, the sleep is the cornerstone for pretty much all of our hormone development and building and production. So if those things are off, you know, there is hell to pay, really. You know, it's the beginning of degeneration. So that's why it's really important to keep working towards the situations that bring in a peace and harmony, okay? So I feel that you're going to heal, and you're actually going to go through a bit of a quantum leap in your well-being as well, and also manifesting what you want. Because when we have a block in one area of life, that energy cannot help but leak into other life areas as well, and we'll often be experiencing blocks across the board. So free up energy in one area, you free up the energy in all, and that's why you needed this fiery climax. So there could be, you know, one last battle here, or argument, or conversation, and this time, instead of you being the peacekeeper who's going to try and patch it up and go along with it for one time, I see you holding your boundary and pushing back and going, you know what, this is the deal breaker. This is the last straw, and I am moving on. And you know what? You're absolutely going to celebrate it. That's the Three of Cups. Now, it's going to be challenging, yes, and yes, you're probably going to get a lot of pushback and a lot of energy coming at you as you make just this transition. You have the higher ground. You can move on. You can move this Wheel of Fortune and Three of Cups. You'll be reclaiming your joy, your happiness, your growth, and ultimately you'll celebrate the fact that you actually stepped out of this, even though at the moment it's the very thing that might be sending chills up your spine, right? Because it feels significant. This whole transition that you're going through is written for you in your Akashic records, and this is the universe giving you, like, throwing you the divine lifesaver and saying, I'm going to implode this. And that seems terrible. It's terrible having tower moments, but they work for change, don't they? So the Wheel of Fortune is turning. You're being asked to hitch a ride with it to your next significant chapter on your life plan. And the Three of Cups says, even though it's challenging at the moment, it is you, Aquarius, that will be celebrating. So that's what I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this message. Personal readings, first link down below. Follow me on Instagram if you're interested in a lot more content going down over there. Please don't forget to like, share, drop me a comment. I love interacting with you all. I pretty much interact with every single comment still on my channel. And also hit the subscribe button as well if you want to hear more from me. As I mentioned before, it's all engagement based. So if you launch a video, even if you watch it, that does help, of course, but it's not it's not the magic. The magic is the engagement. So if you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. And I'm just sending you so much love and magic, Aquarius. Do take very good care of yourself. Bye for now.